Hey everyone, and welcome to my These Books Will Self-Destruct in 12 Months video. I don't generally do this type of video. I don't really like putting this kind of time pressure on myself, but to be perfectly honest, these books have been on my TBR for a very long time and I'm just not feeling that pull to them right now. So what I'm going to do is put this onto a These Books Will Self-Destruct in 12 Months video, because if I haven't read them in 12 months, they're going, and I'm going to put some more books on my TBR instead that I'm more actively excited to read. So let's go through the list. First one I have is This Mortal Coil by Emily Savada, and this one is about a virus and about our main character trying to solve that virus while a shadowy tech company is trying to keep a stranglehold on that genetic tech that could solve this virus, that kind of thing. Now this one is more of an iffy one that I may keep on my TBR anyway after these 12 months, I don't know. This one I'm just worried about simply because it's about a virus essentially, and obviously we've been dealing with a lot to do with like COVID, viruses, pandemics, that kind of thing, and that is really scary to me at the moment. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still very much like deeply affected by the pandemic and things like this. I'm very still like conscious of germs and everything else, and it just means that it's not quite fun to read about viruses. I can watch it in certain circumstances. I was fine watching Sweet Tooth, which felt very on the nose at the time when it came out, like the first series with all the flashbacks and everything else and everyone wearing masks, all the rest of it. I was fine watching The Last of Us, but then on the other side I haven't watched Grey's Anatomy, so, and like since they did the COVID storyline I have not watched that COVID storyline yet, so it's a bit of a swings and roundabouts situation here, where I think if it's full out fantasy or like dystopian I can manage it, but this feels slightly iffy, so I'm gonna try and read this, but if I can't cope with it, it's going, or I may keep it for when I'm feeling a lot better about the pandemic, I don't know. Either way, this one is iffy, so it's all a case of I've got to find the right time to read this when I'm feeling like mentally prepared to read this, all of this kind of thing. It's just going to depend on when that is, but also this has been sat on my shelf for like 5 years now and I just haven't picked it up yet, so that could be a sign that I just don't want to read it anyway, I don't know. But that's why I'm giving myself 12 months. There's a couple of reasons why I'm giving myself 12 months. If I haven't read it by then, it's going. Apologies if I've just changed angle. My camera battery died and I had to quickly change it. Anyway, moving on. The next one is Cameron Battle and the Hidden Kingdoms. I've heard mixed things about this one, so I'm just not sure about it. Because this is about a boy, Cameron Battle, who has grown up reading a book and then finds himself within that kingdom, essentially. And I've just heard mixed things about it, so I'm not that sure, but I'm going to give myself 12 months to give it a go, see what I think. Maybe I'll want to keep it, I don't know. Either way, that's why it's on the list. I also have The Library of the Unwritten by AJ Hatwith. This one is all about a librarian who is undead. She works in the Library of Hell, where all of the books that have never been finished live within this library, and she's got to try and stop heroes from these books from escaping, and what happens when one does to try and find their author. And that's all I really know. I've heard this sort of maybe compared to Good Omens and things like this, which really excites me. I just haven't read it. I don't know why. I'm giving myself 12 months to read it. I may try and read it around the time Good Omens Season 2 comes out, because if it's giving those vibes, I may try and read it around that time. I don't know. But it's got all the hallmarks of things I really love. Book magic and hell, demons, all of that kind of thing. I'm usually here for that. I just haven't picked this up for no reason. Next one I have is The Wrath and the Dawn, because this one is supposed to be a retelling of 1001 Nights, if I remember rightly, but it's also a romance, and I'm iffy on romance in books. And that's the only reason why I haven't read it yet. I love retellings, but I'm iffy on the romance. This one has been sat on my shelf for like 4 or 5 years now, and I still haven't read it yet. So, again, 12 months. If I haven't read it by then in my experiments with new looks into like romance and stuff like this, then it's out of here, because clearly I don't care that much. There is also The Bear and the Nightingale for the exact same reasons, also added in with the fact that this has got quite a lot of purple prose in here as well, apparently. And that is not my favourite, so we'll see is what I'm getting at here. With this one, we'll see, because it could be a good one for me. but that Purple Prose has me a little bit worried, along with the romance. But again, 12 months, if I haven't read it by then, it's off the shelf, so I can buy something that I will enjoy. I also have Ash Princess, and this one is about our main character, Theo, who saw her mother murdered when she was 6, and 10 years later she vows revenge. I'm always here for a revenge story. I just haven't picked this one up, so I'm giving myself 12 months again just to see if I like it. If not, it's out. There is also Grace and Fury. This one is about 2 sisters, one who is like in the prison island where they have to fight to survive, and then the other one is a Grace, which means that they are the heir to the throne, that kind of thing, and then I think they have to switch places for some reason. I can't remember. I heard amazing things when this came out. I just didn't read it at the time, and then that hype kind of died away, and then I just didn't sort of look at it again, essentially, and it's been sat on my shelves again for like 4 or 5 years now. So I do want to give it a go, see if it's worth it. I don't know. If not, again, I can put other books on my shelf that I'm more excited about. And then finally we have The Obsidian Tower, and this one is a political fantasy which I can be a little bit iffy on. So I want to give it a go, but at the same time a little bit nervous because, like I said, it is a political fantasy, so we'll see. And that is all of the books that will self-destruct in the next 12 months if I do not read them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me which book I need to prioritise first. I'd love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a clock emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all of my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, which is my website dedicated to Marvel Comics, which is filled with all things Guardians of the Galaxy at the moment if you're interested in that, as well as the link down below as well to my Etsy and Redbubble store, which sells bookish merch if you're interested in that as well. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!